Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here or coming from Clara'S channel, welcome. We are so happy to have you here. For those of you that have been here before, hey, again. No, I'm just kidding. Happy to have you guys back. My face is excited that you are seeing it again. Today we have a fun video planned. I don't know why I'm like looking around. Today we have a fun video planned. It is in collaboration with my friend Clara'S Makeup Diary, I believe is her YouTube channel name. It will definitely be linked down below. And if I am intelligent enough, I will showcase a clip of hers here. Possibly. But if you're not seeing a clip, it's because I wasn't good enough at editing. Anyways, Clara is great. She is actually, if you're a big fan of my March Sadness series that I did last year, from like March through June, that was like kind of a battle of my eyeshadow palettes. She's actually doing one right now. So definitely go check those videos out. They are great. She has a bit of a different take on it. I love them. And yeah, so if once you're done watching this video, go and watch her palette bingo video, which is, if you didn't know from the title, we are doing a palette bingo with the Millennial Pinks palette from Milk Cosmetics. This is the look that I'm going to create. It is boring. Sorry, it's not going to be like a crazy cool, exciting color story situation, but in my defense, the Millennial Pinks palette only has so many options. And it is not my fault that my palette bingo kept me like right here. Anyways, if you guys are interested in watching how I created this look and the overall process of a palette bingo, then go ahead and keep on watching. I need to pull up a random number generator. Normally the one I use is on my phone. So let's see, random number generator. Okay, so I might explain these rules when my hair is not soaking wet and the look is done, and so I look nice enough, but in case I don't, I'm going to explain it now. So the palette has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shades. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to count these off like 1 through 10 left to right, and then I'm just going to pull up the random number generator, hit it a few times, and you know, get the number, and then I'll swatch them. So when I actually pulled up the random number generator, it was automatically set on 1 to 10, and our first number is 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see here. So I'm going to swatch these as we go, and we're going to pick 5 shades because that's what Clara told me she did. So let's go like right here. Okay, so that is the shade Mixed Emotions. Okay, so then I'm gonna wipe off my finger too. Okay, so now we're gonna hit generate again, and so now we got 9, which is the shade GF, which is that gray shade. So that's our color story so far. Now we're gonna go again. Okay, so I got 4 again, so I'm gonna do it again. Now we got 3 this time, and that is the shade Flamingo Dream, which is this very flamingo-y pink. It's probably the best way to describe that. So our next number is 2. All right, that's pink leather. Okay, that's nice. We can use this to blend stuff out. Oh my gosh, this is so hard to swatch this way. Okay, so that's, we're at 4, so this is our last shade here, and 5. Okay, so we got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9. And so 5 is Modern Love, which is this deep like mauve-y pink shade. Okay, so I want to try and make this like an interesting look. I did already set my eye with my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base, but what do we want to do? I mean, I feel like this is going to end up being just like a boring look if I do it I'm gonna try something really fast on my hand to see if I like it. Okay, so I have an idea. Okay, so what I'm first gonna do is take the shade Modern Love, which is this shade here, and I'm going to pack that all over my lid once I find a brush. I am taking, this is a Sugar Rush brush. I bought it because it has a cactus on it. That's really it. So I go into the shade Modern Love, and we're just gonna tap this all over the lid. So if this is your first time here coming from Clara'S channel, let me know where you're from, what you like to do, some stuff about yourself, what your favorite kind of, you know, videos are, just whatever. Introduce yourselves. And if you're not from Clara'S channel and you haven't interacted with me before, also feel free to introduce yourself. I follow a lot of Project Pan Instagram accounts. I don't feel like I see a lot of people panning Melt Cosmetics palettes. At least the people I follow tend to be more like ABH, Mercury Retrograde, oh my god, Huda Beauty, but specifically the Mercury Retrograde palette. And I'm wondering if nobody pans it, because these pans are freaking huge, and no matter how many times I dip into a shade, I feel like it just doesn't look used. The only shade in this palette that I feel like really looks used is that shade, and I dug into it to mix it with the Chemical X from Makeup a Murder to turn it into a liner. So that's the only reason that shade looks used at all. Okay, so then we're gonna take the next shade. We're gonna take Flamingo Dream on a fluffy brush, but not a super fluffy brush. So like kind of like a medium fluffy brush, like this. I'm gonna use my color switch first though. Okay, so now I'm taking the shade Flamingo Dream, and I'm gonna go right over where we put Modern Love. And I'm kind of making a mess, but that's okay because I'm gonna blend this all together, or blend it out a bit more anyway. Okay, so then lastly, I'm gonna take a fluffy blending brush and the shade Pink Leather, which is that lightest shade. If you are new here, none of my brushes are clean. So yeah, that's it. They're just not clean. God. Okay, so I'm taking this as a, oh, did I even tell you guys what that last brush I was using with? No, I didn't. It is a BH Cosmetics number 8 brush. This is from the Crystal Zodiac collection. And then this is a BH Cosmetics number 7 brush from the Crystal Zodiac collection. And I am going into the shade Pink Leather, that really light shade. And I'm using that to just diffuse these edges a bit more. So I've been debating doing a palette declutter. I feel like I just know I have palettes that I don't really want anymore, and every time I know I have at least like 1 or 2 palettes I don't want anymore, I just want to go through all of them and get rid of any other ones that I maybe don't want but just haven't really thought about. But I don't know if I want to film that. I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to wait a bit and then film that later and then do the declutter then. Decisions. I'm going back in with Modern Love and packing that over my lid again. It doesn't have to be like a perfectly opaque kind of packing, because I'm actually going to layer the shade Mixed Emotions over it. So I probably didn't even need to go in with it this time, but I kind of wanted to make it a bit deeper. Okay, so honestly, that was, I feel like, super easy to blend and do. I mean, like, kind of impressively so. Okay, so then For this part, I'm just going to use my finger and the shade Mixed Emotions, and I'm not going to try and pick up like too much, and I'm just going to kind of tap over my lid with this shade like that. So it's just like a hint of sparkle. I mean, that's kind of boring, so maybe I will amp it up a little bit. So now I'm taking that same brush that we used with Modern Love and just kind of putting depth back on the outside corner. I'm just going to, I feel bad if you came here for like a cool palette bingo look, because I feel like I went really lame with this and did a very basic look, but it at least wasn't the very first look that came to my head. So I'm going into that shade GF with this Sonia Kashuk Petite Smudge brush, and I'm just gonna smudge my lash line with this shade. So I think that looks good enough. This is boring. Okay, so I'm going to get a flat brush and actually spray it and then put Mixed Emotions on, and maybe that'll help make this more exciting. I feel like I always like to watch palette bingos because I feel like they are a good chance to like maybe see somebody use a palette in a way that you hadn't thought of before. But I really am doubting the fact that I gave anybody any new ideas today. So anyways, that is pretty much it. So I'm going to do the rest of my face, hair, pretty much everything except for the lower lash line, and then I'll be right back. Okay, we are back to do the lower lash line. I'm going to take that same Sonia Kashuk Petite Smudger brush in the shade GF, and we're going, oh, I put a black eyeliner in my waterline already. Also, I actually am feeling this like monochromatic moment I've got going on my face, so I don't hate it. Okay, so now we're gonna do same thing on the other side. And I obviously didn't feel like doing my hair, so I just put it all up in a wig. Called it a day. So then what I'm gonna do is take the same brush that I used with Modern Love earlier. I'm just gonna get a little bit of Modern Love on the, well, first I'm gonna get this dog hair off before I shove that into my eyeball. And I'm just gonna put that right over where we put GF. And then I'm gonna skip doing Flamingo Dream just because I don't feel like it's gonna add much to this lower lash line. So I'm just going over everything with Pink Leather to kind of blend it all together, lighten it up a bit. And for my inner corner, I would like to cheat and just use the shade Pink Noise. That's my favorite inner corner highlight shade. I just discovered my microphone wasn't plugged in that entire time. So anyways, I would prefer to use the shade Pink Noise in my inner corner, but that would be cheating. So we're just gonna go in with Pink Leather, which is that lightest matte shade. We're just gonna have a matte inner corner moment. Oh, that actually looks pretty. So this is the finished look. What do you guys think? I don't hate it, and I'm really glad that Clara and I decided to use the Millennial Pinks palette. We didn't actually have a ton of overlap between our palettes, but we did have options. But I'm glad that we went with this one because I actually have been debating whether or not I love this palette or like want to declutter it. And even though this look is boring, I feel like it's like still really pretty. Part of that could be the lashes that I'm wearing. I'm obsessed with these Lunar Beauty lashes, but I still feel like overall it's just like a pretty, like soft pinky look, and I'm a fan. Like I said, I do like the like pinky blush with the pink lips and the pink eyes. It's a very pinky monochromatic moment, so I think that adds to it. But anyways, that is everything. So let me know what you guys thought of the look down below and this kind of video. Do you want to see more palette bingos? And if you haven't already, please go over to Clara'S video and check that out, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.